She's crashing the party, she says. We've discussed this all amongst ourselves, and I'd like to be by saying, Dear Corinne, 20 years CONVOCO. For 20 years now, you've brought people together from all sorts of different disciplines, different areas, in order to have this exchange. All of these people are here with us today. That is your success. And you've been doing this now for 20 years. We just heard about this. This began in a panel discussion in Herrenchiemsee, and now we have our discussions in Salzburg. And we add to this by the forum on Saturday afternoon, where the broad public is included in the discussions. And this is always in the evening. We have a discussion with Hans-Ulrich Obrist, with artists, and this means that art is the wonderful end of the forum. That's a real highlight for me. Well, why is this such a great success, Corinne? Why do so many people accept your invitation to come here? They're looking forward to come back next year. Now, for our group, and this is something that we meet together 2 days beforehand, a small group of people, and I think there are 3 things that really characterize this meeting and make it very special. First of all, the composition of the small group. We have academics from all sorts of different disciplines, but we also have representatives from business, politics, and culture, as you mentioned already. Well, the interdisciplinarity of our discussions, we hear so much about that. This is where it is really put into practice, and it is successful because everyone listens to the others and is open to very different approaches. The different approaches in different disciplines to one question. So these are the topics we discuss. We talk about every day to day. We generally deal with very narrow questions, but go into a great deal of detail. You invite us to talk about the overall topics, the big issues, questions that we really don't manage to deal with on a day-to-day basis, but they really move us to a great extent. And you mentioned this, the question of the role of freedom, the common good, or also the institutions and how they can cope with crises. That's just a couple of examples. And this shows us, once again, by bringing all of these different perspectives together, we manage to make a contribution in order to answer your question, the title of today's forum. I think we will all agree. I go home with new ideas, new inspiration, and these remain with me for a very long time. So, the most important point, the third point, and that's you. You choose the topics. You invite the right participants, and these are very, very wonderful people. You prepare the discussions and the content, and you also have a very good way of sharing all of this so that we can have a very constructive discussion. And also your wonderful hospitality. This gives us an inspiring framework which invites us to open up our minds to think anew. Corinne, in the last 20 years, you've built up something where you've managed to reach many, many people, and this goes beyond, well beyond the individual fora. That's not very many people who can say that they've achieved something like this. So we'd like to say congratulations, and we'd like to say thank you very much. And we hope that we will be able to have this success story for many, many years. Yes, if you continue to come, yes. Thank you very much, Monika. Thank you ever so much. Thank you. That's amazing. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. So, Monika, thank you. Thank you, everyone, all of you. And I hope you will continue to come for many, many years to come so that we can join in the CONVOCO Forum. We will continue with our discussions because our world needs this more than ever before. When I founded CONVOCO, a lot of people wondered what this was supposed to be about. There was no real need. But the more time that elapsed, the greater the need became in society to have such discussions. And now, with the new technologies, I think we really have to think about our conventional values and concepts. Thank you, Monika, and thank you to all of my participants. These are beautiful flowers, and thank you to all of our guests, too. And now I would like to ask Professor Wagner to come up on stage.